What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with the other half of the Shady XV Cypher. I'm Depraved.
Part dos. I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes. So, if you guys watched the other video that was released earlier today,
Hopefully you're watching in order.
yes, you got to see the first half of the Shady XV Cypher. First half in time, not
People.
the amount of people. It covered King Crooked, Joe Budden, Yellow Wolf, and Joel Ortiz.
It did.
In that order. And then the second half covers Royce to 5'9" and Eminem. Now, in time-wise, Eminem has like 8 minutes compared to everyone else splitting up the other 10 minutes. So yeah.
Not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
But we're not going to waste too much time. Again, we are reacting to this if you guys have, as if you guys have already seen it. If you've not seen it, please click the link in the description below. Go watch the video. Come back. We'll be here. We say that because we are going to be breaking things down, pausing, talking about things as we do. This is going to be probably longer than the other one because it's Em and Royce.
They're not quite so straightforward.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slash it up and break it down. This is part 2, or the second half, really,
Yeah.
of the Shady XV Cypher.
All right. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Detroit! Wee.
That's pretty
Royce to
ceiling.
5'9", Detroit guy.
Yeah.
These new rappers be asking me why I don't be hanging out where they be hanging out. I tell them, I say, little nigga, listen here. If I don't got no business there, I don't got no business there.
Right?
I like that. If I don't have no business there, I don't have no business there. And that's a double in and of itself because
It is.
he's saying if I have no business, if I'm not there making money,
Right.
then I have no business being there.
Right. It's none of my business.
My business.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Little nigga, listen here. If I don't got no business there, I don't got no business there. See, there's a difference here. You hustling so you could be seen. Nigga, I'm grinding so I could disappear.
I like
Right.
that. I like that. You want people
You want
to
the
know
fame.
where you're
You
at.
want to be noticed.
He's like, I'm just trying to make enough money.
so I can
ghost.
do what I want. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to be front and center.
You hustling so you could be seen. Nigga, I'm grinding so I could disappear. I don't do it like other rappers do. When it's zone time, it's skull and bone signs at the stew. We got guns you only find on your cheat code screen. If you think I remind you of any of these niggas, you wildin' out. Like Chico Bean. When it's drama, I don't ask no questions. I just clap in that direction. I look at this gat like it's an actual accessory. I'm antisocial, so relax when you step to me. Nigga, I shoot the breeze with actual weaponry. Your little...
Right?
Shooting the breeze is a term for
Small
just killing
talk.
time.
Small talk, yeah.
So he's
And
saying I
he's
shoot
saying
the
he's
breeze with actual...
antisocial, so relax. But yeah,
Right.
I like the. I wear the gat like an actual accessory. Like, I'm not playing around. Like, I don't have the time for it. I really like his stance on this though. Like, he feels me. Like, I'm antisocial, man.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be like front and center famous on every billboard. I just want the money so that I can get that island and fucking get gone. I feel him.
Right.
So relax when you step to me. Nigga, I shoot the breeze with actual weaponry. Your little stare downs won't fare well. I got a pale conscience. I'm the gray area. The last person I had a bond with was a bail bondsman. Now imagine me hanging with y'all and we rapping on the same song. Nigga, I'd rather juggle a couple of chainsaws or run through hell with a pair of gasoline Hanes on. I'm a star, but not on some I want to be a star kind shit. The only celebrity who give a fuck less than me is Marshawn Lynch. Glock in the stash is a back.
Marshawn Lynch, football player
Okay.
for Seattle Seahawks. I think is who he played for. He always avoided
Interviews and
and
stuff
shit.
like that. Again, I understand it. He was in it for the love of the game, but didn't care about the fame that came with it, the star power that he was just talking about.
right.
I like the
I think he also got into some legal trouble for something too, which is
Okay.
what that's actually referencing. Now.
avoidant, the bail bondsman bond. But I did like the running through hell with the gasoline and his hands like.
Gasoline Hanes on.
Yeah, probably not the brightest, unless hell's frozen over.
True.
Celebrity who give a fuck less than me is Marshawn Lynch. Glock in the stash is a backup, but the Maca burst. Cripple your style, your firstborn child to come out with a colostomy bag is the afterbirth. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I show up to Beyonce show posing as Jay-Z. Staggering your studio session with a bomb strapped to my chest looking like a Marion holding his baby. Jumping the four-door Mercedes with a fofo, listening to JoJo and Casey, drinking and sniffing enough blow that it got me thinking I can exchange sicknesses, maybe this Ebola for rabies. That's it. Just living the rapper life. Banana clip in the air, looking like it's about to start singing this Mac tonight. Max. I use this Mac as a component for thugs rolling up. I got this Mac on and you better stay in that corner cause shit can turn into that song except I don't give a fuck what day it is. I had this club going up. Fuck with it. Mac magnet attracting enormous green. Slap this clip in his gat and call this arm Christy Mac cause this bitch is that war machine.
War machine. Oh, Lord. The wordplay. Using the same word, but in so many different ways is just...
It's like homophones to a whole new level.
Yeah. It's an amazing part of the artistry that some of these guys use, and it's mind-boggling.
We're not talking about gay iPhones.
You know.
Shout out to Whiskey.
Right? Thanks for the mental image.
Gat and call this arm Christy Mac cause this bitch is that war machine. Life of
Christy Mack, if I remember correctly, is a UFC fighter. And
Okay.
They call her the War Machine,
Okay. All right.
if I remember correctly.
and call this arm Christy Mac cause this bitch is that war machine. Life of a giant, but who needs size when you whacking your team soft? Drag your girl down this hill till she admits that it feels like she's jacking the beanstalk.
Oh, no. Jack and Jill went down the hill, and then Jack and the Beanstalk. Have you ever noticed how many nursery rhymes they have the same names? Like Jack Be Nimble.
Jack Be Quick.
Right? So is it the same Jack who's like got a concussion, broke his fucking head, but he also climbs the beanstalk, but he also jumps over candlesticks in his spare time?
Very well could be.
Right.
He's a jack of all trades.
Bar. All know Jill's a little hoe.
And actually, if I remember correctly, they changed the words of the Jack and Jill song from what it used to be. Because I want to say, I think the actual words are Jack and Jill went up the hill to filch a pail of water.
Okay. To steal a pail, basically?
Right. And I think they changed it to make it a kid's nursery rhyme.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, the originals were nursery rhymes, but they were dark as hell.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe they just dumbed it down for later day children.
Right.
I'd have to look that up. That one's actually interesting.
Down this hill till she admits that it feels like she...
Or it could have been a rap bar. I'm just saying,
Right.
my mind is all over the fucking place.
Well, I mean,
And I
he
could be
did
wrong,
just mention,
but-
like, well, he did 2 of the nursery rhymes. I mentioned the 3rd, but still.
He's jacking the beanstalk. We both got marketing plans. Yours is to sell records and try to net more than you grossed before. Mine is to punch you in your face if you ever disrespect me and then go and invest into a grocery store.
I
You're
love it.
Eminem
He's
rap
like, it's so great because this entire time he's been standing there, hands in his pocket, hood up, just chill, like, you know, just keeping it calm. Like, he's like, yeah, he's just doing his thing. He's used to Royce. Like, they've worked on so many, you know, projects together. Just, yeah, you know, just getting ready for his verse. And then he hears that and he's like, I'm with the nursery rhymes. I'm the one that's cracking up over that. He's the one that's like, don't step to me. It's great.
Punch you in your face if you ever disrespect me and then go and invest
He
into
had
a
to
grocery
turn around
store.
too.
Roll up with the Smith & Wesson and drew on you like, let's fight now. I do numbers. I turn you and your crew into 2 plumbers. Translation, get your shit together and pipe down.
That was good.
Bar.
Yeah. Yeah, I
When
was
first
wondering
heard
if
this,
he
I
was
thought
going
he
to go
going
into
a
like.
Mario Luigi.
That's what I was
bar.
just going to say. I was wondering if when he said split you in two, that's what he was going into. But yeah, get your shit together and pipe down. I much prefer that. That was amazing.
Yes.
You and your crew and the two plumbers, translation. Get your shit together and pipe down. Fuck a mic, I don't write, I chew and spit. I shoot you and your sis if you insist. I got my eyes on the sparrow. Silence is so big, it looked like I got Bobby Schmurder tied to the front of the barrel. And he doing this.
The fact that M only cracked up once, I give him mad respect for that.
Right.
Like, I'd have to be one of the other guys in the cipher that worked independently just to keep a straight face. But I'm like that in general. Like, obviously, from people who watch our channel, of course, the two of us play well together anyway. But, like, I'm the comedian in my group of friends, too. So I have a very hard time I can be dead serious with them. But if we're in public and we're doing something, I have a very hard time keeping a serious tone and not, like, you know, I was definitely the one that sat in the back of the class and laughed with my friends if I sat next to them. Otherwise, I was very studious and, you know.
Right. All right. So we've now reached the point where M's going to come
no
out
return.
and do his thing. There's going to be a lot to break down here and talk about, only because I've heard it many, many times.
Right. Well, and you
So.
can see that M was thinking. Like, he was listening to Royce for sure, but he was also gearing up for,
Right.
you know. And that ceiling is fucking amazing.
Very much so.
All right.
My name is Marshall. I'm repping that motherfucking Motor City, bitch. I just turned Slaughterhouse to a quintet, began a trend set, murdered a friend's pet, made shit as ill as it can get, went in depth like a fucking vignette, and 2 bars, skin's wet, I'm already covered in sweat, and I wasn't even ready to come in yet.
Yes, you were. Don't lie. Don't lie. All right. Yeah, he started at the quintet.
I like how he said I turned Slaughterhouse into a quintet, saying he was like the 5th member of Slaughterhouse.
Right.
Instead of it just being a
Right.
4-man rap group.
4-man. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They were 4 men. He came in, turned it to a quintet.
Which, to be fair,
Trend
he didn't
set.
really. But
Well, but him joining did. So,
he didn't join Slaughterhouse.
well,
He signed them to their record label.
he did some projects with them, though.
He's been on a couple songs with them,
Yeah. But, yeah, trend set, vignette.
The only group he actually ever joined was D12.
Right.
Because originally the 6th member of D12 was Bugs,
Right.
which not many people know much about him.
I don't.
And I don't know much about him personally, but I do know he got killed at some
Right.
point.
I knew that.
And that's when M joined and was like, I'll be the 6th person.
Right.
And that
Purple
went until
pills.
Proof passed. So.
Ah!
He has to take a break.
We set this drink down, beat up a gal, start beef with a pal. Probably be wild till I'm wrinkled and senile. The rap god was a freestyle off the top of the dome piece while I was asleep on the couch. And I'm freestyling now.
M is one of the old school freestyle people that everything is off the top of the dome.
Right.
I'm sure there are some ciphers he comes in with writtens and things
Right.
like that, but when he goes to actually freestyle,
He freestyles.
he doesn't come in with
Which
writtens
is,
that
I
he's
think,
had got
where
in his head.
everyone gets the words mixed up because freestyle can be either,
Right.
whereas a lot of them clarify off the top of the dome or battle rap, which it has turned into pre-written, but didn't used to be. So it gets very confused. But Rap God being a freestyle,
It puts a whole new perspective on that song when you think about it.
I mean, that song written, even if he had said it took me a year to write that, I'd still be like, I don't know how you did it.
Right.
So the fact that he's like, yeah, basically it was a lucid dream that I had on the couch, and I recorded it. I don't know if it was a phone or whatever. I just woke up and there it was, and there you go. You're welcome.
Right.
And it has so many references in it. It's
That's what he does, though.
fucking incredible.
The top of the dome piece while I was asleep on the couch. and I'm freestyling now. I need a towel, sweat leaks from my brow. It's burning my eyes, my cerebral is foul. Cause shit I'm thinking about should be illegal. I need my head banned. Like the guy who left Cleveland, Ohio, and went to South Beach with his talents. Scream fuck you on the way out, wink with a smile.
He's referencing LeBron James.
Okay.
LeBron James, many years ago, was signed. His very first ever contract was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And his contract was coming up. I think it was like his second contract. He'd been there for a while.
Right.
And they ended up having this huge thing on ESPN called The Decision, which was when LeBron James was supposed to come out and publicly say what he was going to do afterwards, because he'd gotten another offer from Cleveland to stay. He'd gotten offers from other teams.
Right.
And he's the only player that's ever had this happen for, where they televised his decision.
Okay.
And it was also kind of shady because he didn't actually talk to any of the teams to let them know what he was going to do. And
Which could have been for the TV show purposes, but still.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that problem, too, is had he told somebody, they very well could have just turned around.
Leaked it. Which is why I'm saying that it could have been for, the hype. But on the flip side, yeah, it does turn out to be kind of hard on the...
Right, because, he did end up leaving Cleveland. He went to Miami, played for the Heat.
Right.
Which he was just chasing a championship. He couldn't win it in Cleveland.
Right.
But, yeah, it's one of those things, too, where he also waited so long into the offseason to do it that it didn't give the team enough time to really prepare to try and get somebody else in.
Right. That's kind of rude.
Right.
But, yeah. Okay.
And he said, leave you with a wink and a smile, because at the very end, LeBron looked at the camera and winked and then smiled, and then got up and walked off the set.
Nice.
So.
All right.
Cleveland, Ohio, and went to South Beach with his talents. Scream fuck you on the way out, wink with a smile. This whole game can eat a dick. I'm going back deep on the ground, but right now, I'm back on that bullshit. And you, I'm singling out.
Deep Underground, he had a song on one of his albums called Underground.
Right.
That was referencing him being buried and coming back.
All right, Rebirth. All right.
I'm going back deep on the ground, but right now, I'm back on that bullshit. And you, I'm singling out. Cause you're so fucking outdated, you should mingle a while. What the fuck is this clusterfuck of busters? Bunch of busted Douglases, motherfuckers is one-hit wonders. One swing in your crown. Knock one out the park, one catchy jingle, and now you think you fucking with me cause you sold like 300 thou? Bitch, I can jump without my feet ever leaving the ground. Reach up, swing from a cloud with 3,000 people around. Evil and vile enough to leap in the crowd and heave a child in a sinkhole on Cinco de Mayo while I'm sprinkled in Pico de Gallo. Mardi Gras beads in a towel. Let's made that up. I don't know much Spanish. I'm
He's
not bilingual,
grinning.
but I'll show you a Mexican standoff between just these two amigos, cause neither really wants to say what we're thinking out loud, but I sure as fuck think I know how to read body English, no doubt. Cause we're trying to kill each other, but lyrically, fuck is humility. What is a real MC? Royce, he came up in this shit with me. Never spit that hustler shit, it wasn't a fit for me. Let them adjust till they just get the gist of me, just not giving a fuck. And plus with a history of muscular dystrophy, it wasn't a mystery why this middle finger was stuck in this upward positioning.
Ooh.
For those of you that don't know what muscular dystrophy is, it is a very heavy stiffening of your muscles.
And it's a very serious
Condition.
condition, yeah. Yeah. Most people that are diagnosed with it are wheelchair bound
Right.
and stuck in distorted positions. Yeah.
I
It's rough.
like how he
Get
used
them-
it. He's like, that's why
yeah.
my middle finger's been stuck in this position.
Don't lie. It's just stuck in that position because that is the proper position for it to be in.
Yes.
Just saying. But I like how he points out that he never spit the hustling stuff because it's not a fit for him. I like that old school mentality. Like, you rap about your life, what
Cool.
you know.
What's on your mind, really?
Right.
'Cause, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't go around killing people, but he raps about killing people quite often.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he's an old school horror fan. Enjoys.
Well, I mean, like, but there's plenty in terms of, like, venting, purging, that kind of stuff. That's still stuff that you know about.
Right.
You know, that you're thinking about. But he's saying, like, he didn't do the gangster stuff because that wasn't what he was thinking about, and it's also not the lifestyle he lived, and so on and so forth. I mean, again, he's like, I just made that shit up. And
Right.
by the way, I'm not bilingual, but I just threw in a whole bunch of Spanish references, as well as, well, Mardi Gras is not, but, you know, the Cinco de Mayo, Pico de Gallo.
Mexican standoff.
Mexican standoff, which is technically just a term for two people that they're at a standoff. They cannot come to reconciliation or compromise or whatever. Yeah. All right.
Wasn't it fit for me? Let them adjust till they just get the gist of me just not giving a fuck. And plus with a history of muscular dystrophy, it wasn't a mystery why this middle finger was stuck in this upward positioning. So what in the fuck is a list to me? I'm used to not being on it. I expect it out of 'em. Heck with 'em, I'll get my respect without 'em. Ain't really been into diamonds since I put my first record out, but I could put a chain around my second album and wear it as a neck medallion.
All right.
And then
You-
you hear
you go-
Royce go,
Woo! Oh, God.
Marshall Mathers
don't-
LP did go diamond.
Yeah, I know, but don't do that, because that reminds me of, like, the Flava Flav clock. If he wears the...
Oh, I can go get mine.
No.
I did that on...
No. He did. He got up, and I didn't have enough time to grab him. This time I will.
What song was it? I don't even remember.
I don't even remember, but they were wearing them, to be fair.
Mm.
Oh, NWA, wasn't it?
NWA.
Yeah. So, but no, you may not.
One day it'll come back.
One day it'll go missing.
Hope not. It's got signatures on it.
Yeah, I didn't say I was going to toss it. I just said it would go missing.
Since I put my first record out, but I could put a chain around my second album and wear it as a neck medallion. Became a millionaire, went downhill from there. Became civil, office swivel chair, sterling silverware, screaming life is still unfair, till I get a real career. Fuck am I gonna do until then? This job is too fulfilling. 2 kajillion pairs of supervillain shoes to fill in the mood to kill till I plowed my coupe de ville into some children at the food pavilion at Build-A-Bear.
I mean, like, how much more suburban could he have made that? And that was the whole plan, like, food pavilion, the coupe,
Coupe de Ville.
yeah, the Build-A-Bear, you know, swivel chairs, like office jobs and ties and stuff. He's like, that lifestyle, like, it's gone downhill. Like, now that I am forced to do this stuff.
It's because he runs his own label.
Yeah.
Pavilion at Build-A-Bear.
He's grinning.
Warriors mine 'em. Pro hydrocodone euphoria in the drug emporium line. I'm soaring, I'm pouring Vicodin 4 at a time, ignoring the warning signs on them 4. I go four-wheeler riding, gory and violent, horrifying. You surely won't find no one more pouring than I am with this retaliatory rhyming for Gloria Steinem. But I finger like a witness. Show me a lineup.
I like that. I'll finger her like a witness, but he's saying...
Right. Yeah. That's a double. Nasty, but a double.
I don't think he was talking about fingering her. Like, I guess it's triple.
Yeah. It's M. Yeah.
Steinem. But I finger like a witness. Show me a lineup. I usually am abusive, but excuse me, ma'am, I guess I must have threw you for a loop like Toucan Sam when I said I could use the sample. Cause you's a tramp, but look how you react to this trigger like when I call you a bigger dyke than the Hoover Dam. You're playing right into Lex Luthor's hand. It's such a ruthless plan. Might even lose a fan. But fuck it, Superman wouldn't change in a phone booth for Stan. I'm a brand new being, like Grand Pooba's band. Happy as Anderson Cooper having a tuba crammed in his pooper with lubricant. Wait, that's 2. I can't.
Isn't that the dude that got in trouble for having a gerbil stuck in his ass?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he says, that's 2, I can't.
I
And
can't.
He stops because... if I remember correctly, that's like 2 name drops that he dropped.
Right.
And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a legal thing, like there's only so much he's allowed to say, or maybe it's what his record label allows him to do. I'm not 100% sure, but...
I like the Toucan Sam, though.
Oh, threw
you
for a loop like Toucan
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah.
Fruit Loops is...
They were great.
they were. Toucan Sam has hands. Did you ever notice that?
I did. It's weird.
Weird. I didn't notice it until I became an adult, and I was like, well, why? Anyways.
I'm creeped out.
In his pooper with lubricant. Wait, that's two. I can't.
Can't.
Since honesty's the best policy, I'll give it the old college try. Try to acknowledge my mistakes. Probably won't qualify as a gentleman and a scholar, but it's time that I swallow pride and say that I'm sorry. Sorry, I can't apologize. I think of all the times I compromised my bottom lines and thought of rhymes that sodomized your daughter's minds. Then I'm like, $signs. But I may fight for gay rights, especially if Faye Dyke is more of a knockout than Janae Rice. Play nice.
Sports reference. Yeah.
Ray Rice was married to Janae Rice.
Okay.
And there's a video that had leaked of him knocking her out in an elevator.
Ooh.
So he says a knockout like Janae Rice.
All right. I mean, it's a reference.
He gave 0 fucks about what he says. That's why I like him.
But I like how he pointed out, like, there's been plenty of times that I have. Because I'm thinking, you know, $signs, keeping to the rules of the, you know, but...
Right.
Right now...
Controversy sells.
Yeah,
especially
right now
with
I don't care. Right.
Gay rights, especially if Faye Dyke is more of a knockout than Janae Rice. Play nice. Bitch, I punched Lana Del Rey right in the face twice like Ray Rice in broad daylight in plain sight of the elevator surveillance. Till the head is banged on the railing. Then celebrate with the Ravens. Never date an assailant who self-medicates with inhalants. I'd meditate, but I may need a better way to escape the aggression, rage, and the anger. Because leg restraints on the ankles, heavy weights and an anchor with handcuffs and chains just ain't enough to contain it, but I'd still get the same respect as Jay if I came on stage in a fucking negligee every day in Liz Claiborne. Devastated from breakup with Kate Hudson. Wait, slut, your friends, what are they gonna say? Cause makeup ain't gonna cover that eye that's 7/8 of the way shut. Pepper sprayed with your face cut. Made my bank like a lay up. Off these effing skanks on the way up. Oh, bitch thinks she's heaven sent. It's evident that she ain't never been with 7 inches. Yes, I said 7, I measured it. 7 inches from the floor while I'm standing on a 4th floor balcony at the Sheridan while I'm stretching it. Bitch, I'm a pimp, so a limp dick's all you ever get. So if she's hesitant to get the hint, I bet you that I get the message sent who she's messing with hella quick when I tell a chick not to ever use sex as a weapon when I step in and beat the wretched wrench with a crescent wrench. Existential detriment to a lesbian devil and the unpleasant stench of an estrogen level. A separatist like a chesting and rebel impressiveness with the pencil. A pessimist with his lips pressed against the edge of this Red Bull.
I need to, yep.
Pedal to the metal and
Hydrate.
ripping this shit, cause right away I'll give it to a bitch like a pedestrian, deadly as ever. See what kind of effect she has on the opposite sex when I push a flexible little sexy ass through a plate of plexiglass. Shady XV ass, perplexing ass. The last 15 years, and I'm predicting my next relapse when I spit these lyrics, so don't look at me weird when I start shifting gears and shit re-smears all over Britney Spears. And these little Disney queers.
Oh no. Let's go for
So,
everyone.
M's always had problem, for those of you that don't know, I mean most of you do, M's always had problem with pop stars.
Yeah.
He doesn't like pop music. I do. But I still found him trashing him completely funny.
I do too. And I do like pop music, guys.
Right. As do I.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't mean I don't find amusement where
always
amusement
making fun
is.
of like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney
Oh, yeah.
Spears, Christina Aguilera, and that's why he's like
Yeah.
smear shit on Britney Spears, and
Yep.
then he says and all these little Disney queers because Disney,
Yep.
a bunch of kids.
I watched
pop
the Mickey
singers.
Mouse Club. That's where a lot of them were.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a
they
lot
were
of them
little.
still come from Disney Channel
They really do.
to go
yeah.
on to be
Yeah.
music artists, and
They find talent. That's for sure.
Gears and shit re-smears all over Britney Spears. And these little Disney queers. Who use chicks for beards. Just made that up too.
He's laughing in the back again.
Oh, and it's Shady 2.0. We wrote it in Roman numerals like they do for the Super Bowls, cause it's supposed to confuse you hoes. So flows lose you as usual. So juvenile, 2-year-old when I go to the studio. It's only music, but don't be foolish though. You don't know me through it, ho, but you can blow me to it though in my homie's Buick. Been known to lose it though, so if I overdo it, you drove me to it. When I step in the vocal booth, think I'm supposed to do and murder you on a fucking track like Tony Stewart.
All right. Lose yourself. Yeah.
Right.
reference. Got it.
He says, murder you on a track like Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart is a famous race car driver.
Okay.
Tony Stewart is infamous for killing somebody.
On the track?
Because they ran out onto the track, and it was a dirt race.
Right.
And he hit him.
It's technically not murder, is it?
No, he didn't get in any trouble.
Yeah, because they ran out.
He felt like shit. He like stopped racing for a couple years.
Anybody would feel like shit. But still, not his fault.
No.
But I do like the fact that he points out that just because you listen to my music, you don't know me.
Right.
You know? It's pretty superficial, like blowing me on the track.
To it when I step in the vocal booth, think I'm supposed to do a murder you on a fucking track like Tony Stewart.
No.
Royce just went.
No. He didn't.
To do a murder you on a fucking track like Tony Stewart. One take. If I fuck up and I don't redo it. You couldn't sound grown on a beat if you were moaning to it.
It's a double. Groaning is a moan when you groan.
Right.
But you also can't sound grown on a track like as an adult.
Right. Right. It's a porno track.
Bars.
But you know. All right.
You couldn't sound grown on a beat if you were moaning to it. The day I don't say fuck you all, you can throw me through it. Rootin' is tootin' is shootin' is from the hip with the sentiments, Eminem is pinning them for the women. I'm an enemy to them and the epitome of an inconsiderate idiot, but they consider me equivalent to chlamydia. They're trying to get rid of me, gadzooks. But I stickity stand for the figgity flag of the United States and the freedom I distribute.
I'm sorry. Did he just use gadzooks?
Mm-hmm.
In it? All right. All right.
To be fair, M is the only person I've ever heard in a track use the word anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Okay. All right. I'm waiting for a zoinks.
Zoinks!
Yeah. All right. That's the next one I need to hear. Let's get to it.
True.
I like that chlamydia. Like, I'm an STD. I'm cool with being viral.
Chlamydia, they're trying to get rid of me, gadzooks. But I stickity stand for the figgity flag of the United States and the freedom I distribute these raps to. And if I catch you doing anything hindering or prohibiting that, after I get me the tattoo with your lips on my ass, I'm gonna be literally picking up and deliberately whipping the Statue of Liberty at you. Woo!
Good Lord. All right.
That was fantastic.
Eminem. There you go. I'm tired now.
Again, guys, for those of you that wonder why there's not more M on our channel, I never, and even when I started this and I was on my own, I never wanted to be that reactor that just built his channel around Eminem. Because the problem you run into is when you build your channel around one artist, once you start going and looking at other artists, people don't go and watch those. So I wanted to try and always kind of touch base in every different area, so that way...
Well, plus, you're a huge Eminem fan and have listened to all of his stuff.
Right.
So none of it would be, I mean, other than the album that just came out, none of it would have been a reaction. It all would have been a review. This is a review for you, reaction for me. So there's a difference, but...
And I mean, there's a few Eminem tracks that I know she hasn't heard, that I will eventually get her to listen to. We'll react to it, and it'll be fun.
But I mean, if he puts out something new, we'll listen to it for sure. But
definitely,
yeah.
But yeah, and that's as she had just said. Like, M is my favorite artist all time. I probably have most of all his music up through Relapse completely memorized.
He does. He's not lying.
And it's...
Right. Yeah, so, again, this being a reaction channel, we do try and do pure reactions, or at least one of us is reacting to. The only thing that I think we've done that have been reviews is something, that either has been screwed up on our original recording, or when fans had requested, like, the Crybaby album from Melanie Martinez, and again, we hadn't seen most of the music videos, so there was that. But and
again, Eminem is also that artist that, since I have listened to everything, I typically save his music for the most part for times where I know I'm going to be gone for like a week.
Right.
So like the week that I was gone to go visit her for the first time, I took literally an entire week. I recorded a week's worth of reactions to pretty much nothing but Eminem.
Yeah.
Well, reviews.
Yeah.
posted them there, and that's pretty much what I save Eminem's music for. So like, if next time we go on vacation, we'll probably record up to like a week's worth of
Something.
reactions again of pretty much Eminem.
Right. But yeah.
That's what I use it for in terms of his music and reactions wise.
But yeah, that Cypher was, I enjoyed it.
It was good.
Again, I really like the acapella. I like seeing them do that. You
I wish
know?
more people did that. to
And
be honest.
just the two of these guys together, the laughter between that made
Right.
it when they made the other person crack up, or honestly, like M laughing at Royce, and then Royce,
head shake.
shaking his no. Those are my favorites.
And there's going to be some people too that are going to come in and want to talk about the M. Royce situation with Royce saying that he would pick the Dog Pound album over anything M's put out. That's not disrespect, guys. There are a lot of people that are going to look at it that way. I promise you guys, M doesn't feel any type of way
Right.
about it. Like,
Wasn't it supposed to be the most
It's-
personally
it's-
influential or something like that?
It's-
the question.
it's probably one of the best albums ever made. And it's
Yeah.
not to say M doesn't have some like that as well, like the Marshall Mathers LP. But it's...
Yeah, music's subjective too,
yeah,
and
music,
it was what
music's subjective. He wasn't saying it to be disrespectful. He was... Royce is a very honest person, much like most of us should try to be.
right.
Um,
He was just like, personally, for me, this is the best album.
right. And a lot of people
You
kind
know?
of bent out of shape on Snoop Dogg too, but Snoop, when he did his thing, like Snoop Dogg said that M isn't in his top 10. So what? Why does that bother you guys?
Right.
Like, again, I guarantee you it doesn't bother M.
And it's subjective again.
Snoop Dogg grew up in the old school. Like, he is one of the old school rappers. So, like, you know, that's...
And their styles are so different.
Right. And
So,
that's
yeah.
what he's going to lean towards. So, I mean, you know, I kind of wish the stands would kind of chill out, let people have their opinions, and just move on. There's no reason to get all bent out of shape about it.
Right.
Even if somebody does come out of left field and disrespects him, who cares?
He'll take care of it himself if
Right.
he feels like it's worth the time.
It's...
I mean, that's what he does. If he thinks it's worth his time, he'll deal with it himself.
Right. But yeah, so that is going to do it for our reaction, guys. If you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you guys think of the Shady Cypher as a whole? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys would like to see reaction. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms. Mostly Twitter if you want a more immediate response, and that's a great place to drop requests.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace.